Hello friends, Jennifer Pearson here with my purchases from our annual regional gem and mineral show, which takes place about an hour from here. It's just about the only reason that I go into the next truly big city. There's another bigger city about 40 minutes from me, but 30 to 40 minutes from me, but this is the nearest big city. And even though these are all small items, this was not as much as I was intending to get, but I did decide to indulge myself a little bit, and I'm excited about them, and so I wanted to share. Okay, so this is a Selenite Wand, and I have to say the Selenite has kind of won the day. Well, no, because I got 2 items of Fluorite as well, and the hematite. So this is a wand, and I've wanted a wandish sort of a thing for a long time. This, if we get up close, I'm not sure, see, there's lots, and this might be true of selenite. It's a form of gypsum in general, that it tends to have lots of striations, but there's quite a bit of stuff on here that I might look online to see if I can sand them off. But they had several wands, and I was looking at how the light plays, and I really liked how the light would play in this one. To me, that's a major part of it. I'm not sure if I can show you how it kind of, to say that, how it's carved at the ends and how that plays in the facets at the end. Maybe it's not going to pick up on the webcam. In any case, this is my Selenite wand. And this, hefty though it is, it's a fairly big wand. It's just $5, just to say that it's gypsum and so it's cheap. That isn't the cheapest item. My pyrite here, actually, it's polished pyrite, was the cheapest item at $2.40. And the most expensive item here is this lovely amethyst. And part of the reason I got this is because of the which is still only $15. Is it has such deep purple crystals, and the fact when it sits there, it's a wonderful pyramid. You know, it's a triangle. It's mountain shaped. It's just, this was the first stone where I looked and I thought, you know what? I think that's mine. That's mine. This is why I came here today. It's this right here. But you can see I also got other things as well. So this is also selenite. It's a selenite rose. I think they call them a desert rose. Selenite rose, and I love the little clusters. You know, it's interesting to me that a little cluster like this, which I think has so much charm, doesn't cost as much as a big single selenite crystal, probably because, or selenite rose, probably because they're rarer. But to me, they're not nearly as appealing as a little cluster like this. I got, finally, some malachite. Let me see if it'll, I've been wanting, and this is just a little malachite egg, but I liked, I don't know, just the various forms all over it. And of course the price was right, being so small. I could think to myself, yeah, I can afford that. Almost looks a little dragonish. Can you see that? It's hard to get it quite right here. Yeah. Anyway, so there's that. Then a large tiger eye, and again, I would say that it's not terribly, no, I do kind of need that on, not terribly tiger eye-ish in the sense of a lot of shimmer in it, but again, price was right, and I like the fact that there's both the brown, you're getting some of the shimmer, both the brown and the black really appealed to me. And the size, it's a great, to me this is a palm stone. It's a stone to kind of play with. I have one other that I forgot to show you guys the other day that I got at this same show last year, which has pyrite, and this is a stone I should know off the top of my head, azurite and pyrite, and I love this stone too. That's one I got there last year. As I showed you in a previous video, I got my all of my labradorite at the same show last year, and I'm so glad that I did. I'm so glad that I indulged myself and actually they were very cheap. But I'm glad I did that last year, because this year the labradorite didn't have color. They were almost all clear, and I'm not sure if this will come through here, but this has all kinds of color in it. It has kind of a reddish orangey color and blue, and they all have that. And yeah, this time around, very disappointing labradorite, very almost like clear. They were not at all appealing to me. Okay, so where were we? I have a weakness. I've discovered I have a weakness for fluorite. Last year I got this little, I guess I need to back up, this little fluorite that has purple, which might not be able to, purple and green, and I do love this too. But these again were cheap, and this is really interesting fluorite. I think I'm going to call it tiger fluorite, because it's nearly clear, but you see those dark lines are purple. So it has these purple striations. And then, you know, what I would call, maybe other people would think of as flaws, they look kind of like cobwebs or spider webs or something within it. And it just, I was fascinated and charmed, and so yeah. So now, here you can only see one. There's at least two of those stripes in there. So yeah, I'm putting these back with the other fluorite. And then a nice green one and what I loved about it is this top is very dark green. It's almost like there's black in there. And again, you can kind of see, I don't know, as I turn it, when I've got something like this where I turn it and I just see different things in it, that really appeals to me. Whereas other people might say, well, you know, it must be flawed or something. Not I. It's like I would love to see like crystal balls made of this with all of these striations, you know. I'm just totally into it. And then I guess we're nearly to the end here. I got this groovy thing, which they say, so at the top you've got these quartz crystals, but here along the side is supposed to be ocean jasper, and this has this really cool, you know, you've got 1, 2, 3, excuse me, 3 over here, these 3 spots at 1, 2, 3. You even have a 4th one right here on the bottom, and I don't know, I just thought it was so cool. I had to have it. So there they are. And the last thing, so let me put some of these back out of the way. I don't know where I'm going to put them all. I have these 2 hematite things, or, I mean, they look like hematite. They're hematite on the outside. They've been magnetized, but they've been magnetized not to either end at all. In fact, there's some resistance there. Well, they do kind of magnetize there. Maybe it's the shape of them, but they're magnetized in the middle section, and they're pretty hard. I can actually, if I can get them apart, oh, stay. You know, I can do this and keep them. Or if I, yep, I'm not sure if you'll be able to see this, but I can actually influence it on the, you know, just up and down. So that's kind of cool. And then the people who were, I can really feel it. You get about that close and it just wants to zap up. Yes, so toy, right? You want to play with it. So it's these two hematite things. And the guy who gave it to me, is that they were actually one for $1. And I said, yeah, I'll take one. I mean, it's just, I like the shape of it and stuff. And he said, well, I'll just give you another one. So that was kind of fun. He said, I'll just give you another one. And he said, and then he showed me this thing that you toss them up in the air together, and they come together and they make a rattly, squealy. Can you hear that? Cricket, almost like the sound when he was doing it. He threw them up quite a bit higher. It's kind of like a cricket sound. And so he said that parents don't thank them when they give them two of those things. So there it is. There's my gem and minerals show. I hate to say a haul, because to me it's although there are several of them, there's quite a few of them. To me, a haul would be a bunch of big things, you know. But I don't think of it as a haul. But I did have a wonderful time. This is an indulgence. I will call it that. This is an indulgence. I did find, I have to say, more things this year that appealed to me than last year. Last year I actually went in with a budget and went away without spending all of it. And I made up for that this year. So it was a gratifying experience. Just, I'll say that. It was gratifying. I'm a stony, not a stoner, but a stony. I love stones. So yeah, so I'm very happy with my various takes out of the Gem and Mineral Show in Huntsville, Alabama this year. Very happy with what I found there. I found some soul stones, I guess I would say it. Things that called out to me and said, yeah, this is what you're looking for. Take me home. So there it is. This will probably be the last you'll see of most of these, because I do tend to keep my stones out, a little bit out of the way, so that they don't get knocked over and stuffed by animals traveling over the table and things like that. But again, I was very happy with it, very happy with what I ended up with, so I decided to make a little video to share. Hope you found it fun. Take care. Bye-bye.